Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here, your source for gaming, tech, emulation, and open source news. Let's get started. Alright, to kick things off, we're talking about Microsoft, and Microsoft is facing a bit of backlash over their CoPilot version of Quake 2. So here's the blurb from Microsoft. In this real-time tech demo, CoPilot dynamically generates gameplay sequences inspired by the classic game Quake 2. Every input you make triggers the next AI-generated movement in the game, almost as if you were playing the original Quake 2 running on a traditional game engine. Enjoy the experience, share your thoughts, and help shape the future of AI-powered gameplay experiences. And the tech demo does have a time limit. Now, if you wanted to check this one out on your own, you absolutely can. Like everything we talk about, links are in the description below right at the bottom. I mean, this game is live right now in my browser, and I'm taking a look at it, and, well, things are... What's the word I'm looking for? Interesting. Enemies will disappear if you don't look at them. If you just turn around and turn back, they're gone. Sometimes they spawn in weird places. Everything in this is just, well, it's something. I'm not necessarily a fan of this AI-generated stuff. I can see why this is getting a bit of backlash here. And it's super weird. I'm not going to lie here. I played the tech demo a few times just to try to wrap my head around the entire experience. And I did get motion sick while playing. It is just V1. There are a lot of people who aren't happy with it, and understandably so. And I think the bigger problem here is AI in video games. Now, AI, in my opinion, and you may disagree with this one, but I think AI is the future as soon as companies can start getting the taste of not paying people and using AI instead. But I don't know here. Let me know your thoughts about this one in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts about the tech demo and the future of AI in gaming. Next up, we're talking about Nintendo 3DS emulation with AzaharPlus. Now, when AzaharPlus initially launched, I thought people would be more interested in the parent project, the original project, Azahar. And it seems a lot of people keep flocking to AzaharPlus, and I'm guessing for two different reasons here. So AzaharPlus is a fork of Azahar with a few different things added. Well, two specific things here that I think people are interested in. Support of 3DS files. If a file works with an earlier Citrix fork, it works with AzaharPlus. And the ability to download system files from official servers. No need for an actual 3DS. So at the time of filming, AzaharPlus 2120.2b is the latest update, and this one is available for Android, Linux, and Windows. I'm assuming that AzaharPlus is probably a point of contention for Azahar, given the fact that this is a fork of Azahar and has made some changes that Azahar had removed to try to distance itself from certain viewpoints. I mean, Azahar is a fork of Citra. We'll have to wait and see here on this one, but overall here I would say AzaharPlus and Azahar are not friendly together. And speaking about friendly, next up here we're talking about one of our friends, MVG, where MVG stands for Subscribe to Mr. Sujano, or Modern Vintage Gamer, depending on how you wanted to interpret that. Anyways, here, Modern Vintage Gamer just has a brand new video on YouTube that I do recommend checking it out, and again, like everything we talk about, link is in the description below at the bottom. He says, I was right about Nintendo Switch 2 backward compatibility. And in the title, or in the thumbnail here, it says, it's emulation. Now, I'm not going to spoil the whole video here and go through the whole thing. I will say that MVG knows his way around emulation. I mean, he's behind the Carbon engine. He's very familiar with Switch hardware, very well versed in Switch hardware. And I would say he's probably going to be very well versed in Switch 2 hardware, or at least has a technical insight on how everything is going to work. It's a great video to watch if you're looking to learn more about it in detail. Based on my understanding of the situation here, the Switch 2 is not going to be a complete replacement for Switch 1 games. For example, if you don't have a Switch 1 and you buy a Switch 2, then yeah, use it to play backward compatible games. But if you've got a Switch 1 and you buy a Switch 2 and you still like playing Switch 1 games, the Switch 1 might be the de facto way to play those Switch games and will be compatible with the entire library, versus the Switch 2, where there may be some hiccups. It might not be compatible with every single game out there, and it may not run the way you're expecting. And speaking about the Switch 2, next up here we're talking about something that may get certain people excited provided you're a fan of the game. If you're a fan of Yoshi's Wolly World, you might be excited to know that it may be getting a Switch 2 port. Someone with a very keen eye, or a number of people with very keen eyes, noticed something during the Nintendo Direct. And it's right there on the top row. Now, it's on screen only for a few split seconds, but people noticed it right away. So I'm wondering here if it's going to be a Switch 2 enhanced port and what's going to be enhanced about the game over the Switch 1. But we'll have to wait and see on that one. If you're a fan of Woolly World, you're probably going to be a fan of this if you're picking up the Switch too. But moving on, and next up we're talking about Pokemon and Google, and for the life of me, I cannot get this one to work. Maybe you can. You can now catch Pokemon in Google search. From my understanding, this is for Android and iOS only, not for PC. You have to be logged into Google, and when you go to Google search on your mobile device and type in 151 wild Pokemon hiding on Google, it unlocks this mini game where you can search for a Pokemon and then capture them. I'm not quite sure why this mini game exists. I haven't seen an announcement for it or anything like that, just a whole bunch of articles talking about it. And it is just for the initial 151 Pokemon with no missing number. Now, if you've gotten this one to work, let me know your thoughts about it in the comments below and your overall experiences. I mean, I've tried the Google app, I've tried Chrome, I've tried using a VPN to put myself in a different location thinking that maybe this just isn't available in Canada. I have not been able to enable this yet on my phone. Next up here, we're talking about Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders, and pre-orders have been pulled back in the States, but they are live in different areas, and it seems people are paying quite a bit to get a pre-order from someone else. Yes, pre-orders are being scalped. Now, I for one don't normally pre-order anything, and I definitely wouldn't pre-order if I had to pay over asking price. I mean, the Switch is going for, I think, £400 overall, and it's being scalped here for over 500, over 550 in some cases. And this is concerning given the fact that that equates to something like $650 US. But I don't know, who am I kidding here? I'm not surprised about this one at all. I mean, this happens pretty much with every single console release, and there's a lot of people here paying a whole lot of money just to get their hands on the Switch 2 first. I don't understand why. I mean, I'm assuming this is going to be widely available in the future for a reasonable price, for the price that Nintendo wants anyway, so I shouldn't say reasonable. But at the same time here, overpaying an already very high price just is wild. Let me know your thoughts about that one. Maybe I'll be wrong here. Maybe these things will be hard to come by and Nintendo won't produce a whole lot. But that would seem counterproductive to what Nintendo would actually want to do with this console, which is sell a whole lot of it. And speaking about surprising, next up we're talking about Balatro. If you're a fan of Balatro, if you like watching Balatro YouTube videos, you might be surprised to know that Balatro is now 18 plus on YouTube. And that's because of the gambling aspect of it. However, there may be a secret element to Balatro that you're completely unaware of. The video showcases this, and here is Google's response under what we found. Your content was age restricted because of our community guidelines. Content that shows harmful or dangerous activities that risk serious physical harm may be age restricted if it's not appropriate for all audiences. So if you are playing Balatro, just be careful that you don't have any physical harm from the game. Now, at a very high level here, I could see how someone could classify Balatro as gambling if they didn't understand the game and never played it to see how it actually worked. At a surface level, maybe someone takes a look at it and says, you know what, it's poker and you can win money, it's classified as gambling, as opposed to what the game really is. I mean, there is poker money involved, but not in that way. Anyways, here, who knows, but the physical injury, the physical harm part is baffling to me. I guess I'm going to have to wear a hockey helmet here and some safety goggles and hope for the best while I'm playing the game. Next up, we're talking about Ridge Racer. Now, I talked about Ridge Racer just the other day, but if you're a fan of Ridge Racer, you may be a fan of this news and you also might be disappointed. So here is the information. An early build of the cancelled Ridge Racer game developed by Bandai Namco Studios Singapore has been leaked online. It's built on Unreal Engine 4, and this dates back to January 6th, 2017. So it has been leaked online, but unfortunately, the game has been canceled. Taking a look at the footage, and I'd say that it's not necessarily in a final state at all, but at the same time here, it does seem that it was very far along, at least farther than initial stages and farther than a lot of canceled games that I've seen in the past. And last up here, we're talking about Schedule 1, which is a very popular entrepreneurial indie game. Now, this game is popular on Steam. It's been very well received. It's popular on stuff like Twitch and YouTube. A lot of people seem to be having a lot of fun with this game. And it also seems that this game is under investigation right now for copyright infringement. Based on my understanding here, and I could be wrong, but the game that may be challenging Schedule 1 is Drug Dealer Simulator. I mean, taking a look at this over on Steam, and I think the evidence is pointing towards this game as challenging Schedule 1, because overall on Steam it's got a very positive review score, but recently it's got an overwhelmingly negative review score. I mean, taking a look at the negative reviews here, and a lot of people seem to be very upset about Schedule 1, and a lot of people with a number of hours in the game as well, not just like 10 minutes into the game and then making a negative review. This person here mentions Schedule 1, and they've got over 40 hours in the game. But let me know your thoughts about this one in the comments below, and let me know if you think Drug Dealer Simulator has similarities with Schedule 1 and if there is something there. But anyways, that is all I've got for you in this one. Straight to the point, all stuff and no fluff. We talked about a bunch today. Feel free to discuss anything we talked about in the comments below. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button. Check out my other videos. Don't tempt fate. Save your state. And I'll see you tomorrow.